Good morning, everyone. Hope all is well with you. I've got my Yorkshire Gold tea. Shout out to all my subscribers and all you wonderful people stopping by to see my video. I'm up moving around and we've got more storms coming, it looks like. They're saying more thunderstorms. I sure wish the sun would come out. It's been dark just about every day. I hope all is well with you and your family. You know, I was looking at Paul McCartney and Ringo Starr and George Harrison all got together for really their last meeting with George Harrison before he died. And I was looking at George and he looked so good for someone that had cancer. You see, I was a caregiver for my wife. We were married 44 years and my wife had non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And they gave her some drugs that caused her death. It was called Exloda, and it creates three tumors in the brain. The first tumor is the thyroid gland. It completely destroys it. Then the person swells up. They have no control of their weight or anything. Then the second gland is the pituitary gland, and it has a tumor on it also. So now you got two tumors in there. And then the third and last tumor, a gland that the tumor gets, is the hypothalamus, which is the master gland. And that is the gland that shuts the body down completely in death. And it is what has the final say in all of our passings that we have to endure. But I looked at George Harrison and I was so tickled. Paul McCartney come in the room and George looked at him and said, "Oh, a vegetarian leather jacket." Because Paul was wearing a leather jacket, you know. And George was always making jabs, you know. They always did that with each other. Paul just laughed, you know. It was good to see them together. It really was. Before George Harrison's departing, I've prayed for his soul. God have mercy on his soul. God have mercy on all of us. But you know, we got a lot of good memories. I remember when I first heard the Beatles back in '63, we had a crystal radio set. And this is before they ever came to the United States. And we could hear them because it was an all worldwide band, you know, the crystal radio set. You could get them at Radio Shack and you got to put them together and you had one little earphone that you put in your ear, but you could hear it. And we would listen to the Beatles, and that's how we, you know, started our band and thing. That's how I started mine. But I'm talking about all the garage bands in America. Seems like all of us had crystal radio sets from Radio Shack back in the 1960s. But I always told my bandmates, there's no comparison to Harrison. Hey, you hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye from Texas.